It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Welcome to the morning show.
I'm David Stroud. Here with Scooter Scott Callins. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Whoop, whoop.
Very good.
I had to mess with you a little bit.
No, that's okay. I thought it was funny.
Have a little echo.
Echo?
I used to do that to Bob at the football games.
What he did?
And the problem is he's got headphones on.
So it really
So
would.
he hears me, and nobody else hears me at home. So as Bob is saying something, I'm reading it back to him, and it messes him up every time.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Does he reach over and go?
He'll just stop talking.
Oh.
Yeah. He'll just wait for me to be done.
And yet you're not.
No, as soon as he starts talking, I start doing it again.
Then he just gives you the look.
Got to have a little fun. I mean,
right. And nobody knows.
Nobody at home is any of the one other than Bob keeps messing up.
They just think, yeah.
Which is not fair.
That's not.
Or I'll start singing like Kermit the Frog songs.
Really?
Yeah, that really, he doesn't.
Now you can. Now he has to do one on air.
Now Josh will laugh about it, but he won't.
We need a Kermit the Frog song from.
I don't know. I could do it first thing in the morning. No. I don't think my throat will let me this morning.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until he's better.
I still got that stuff in my chest
coming out from under.
Because I gotta use way back in here. And it tickles it, so I don't want to be coughing.
Here, I'm gonna write that down. Scooters.
This will be in your notes. And trust me, guys, he keeps notes on everything.
The frog.
All the comments I make about him.
When.
All the times I make fun of him.
Better.
Keeps notes on all of it.
And I'm gonna put an asterisk by it. We will get a Kermit the song. Kermit the Frog song.
There you go.
Out of him one of these days.
It'll happen. Just kind of get. If I tried to do it right now, it just tickles that down there, and I don't want to be coughing the whole time.
We'll let you get better, and then.
Got out of this one.
For now. All right. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. And they sponsor the morning prayer, so let's pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, please watch over our nation as we go through these tough times. We know that we're a resilient country, and with your help, we will make it through this. We always have. We've been here for a long time, and we've been a godly nation since our founding, and we do need to turn back towards you. And as always, watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those who put themselves in harm's way for us. In this I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Give them a call at 870-425-2161 and ask them about a pre-need service. It's always good to have a plan in place. Scooter and I have talked about this many a times, that we have a plan. Our families know what we want to have done. And so it's not an easy conversation to have with your family.
It's not.
About you passing, but it's inevitable, and it's good for them to know what you want to have done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it takes the burden off of them if something was to happen or when it is to happen, that they're not trying to deal with trying to figure out what all you would want done, what all blah, blah, blah. Having that part taken care of, I mean, they're grieving. They just, they're the ones left behind, and they're the ones that are struggling with the loss, and it just takes a little bit of burden off of them.
Definitely. So give Roller Funeral Home a call, 870-425-2161, and set up your pre-need service today. Now let's pause for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV, where Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team will not leave you hanging.
No.
You seen that had that rope during the commercial? they were going to
Yeah,
pull him
no,
back
we
in. They
had
were
no
there
intent
for
of
him.
pulling them in. We left them hanging. My dad had no intent because one of the shots, when because we did kind of few takes, and one of them they said, "Are you going to just leave us out here?" My dad turns around and
Yep.
that was it. His full intent. He's done.
Good luck.
I said my piece. It's on you guys. See ya.
His scene has been taken.
No, it was a lot of fun doing the commercial and
Yeah.
building the commercial. It really was.
Yeah, most definitely. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. They're with Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, give them a call at 870-405-0793. Let's take a look at the White River. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. These cameras are mounted on the back of their home with this beautiful view of Cotter, Arkansas, and the horseshoe bend of the White River. Brought to you every day by the Z Team.
Could you imagine? I mean, picture this. All right,
Okay.
look at the screen. You get up in the morning, grab you a hot cup of coffee,
Yep,
or whatever you like to drink.
coffee.
Go out on your deck and have to look at this every morning.
Oh, I'd
It's
hate
a
it.
rough life.
I'd hate
It's
it.
a rough life.
That's hard
I'm glad
work.
they do that for us.
Yeah, that's hard work right there. That's, I mean, you know what I mean? And they'll work hard for you.
It's a little
Right.
foggy out there.
It is a little froggy. Froggy.
Froggy.
Kermit the Frog. The song.
No, I can't do it. Nice try.
Go to retiredarkansas.net where you can find this beautiful camera view 24/7. They also have the one that moves around. There we go. That is the Rainbow Bridge leading into Cotter, Arkansas. Look at, no, our fisherman's not there, but it's not 7:08. Usually it's around 7:08, but
Yeah, you haven't talked as much. Usually a little more hot-winded before we get into here.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just saying.
Hot-winded. Blah, 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 blah. Was he there yesterday? Do you remember?
I don't think so.
No? All right, he's taking another break. It's going to be a beautiful day for fishing. You can see the water's flowing
Yeah.
pretty good today. They have been and are generating
And
six.
it makes it a little tougher fishing when they're
Yeah.
generating that much water because then
Yeah.
you got to find inlets and stuff like that. And
Pushing them fish around.
Yep.
They're deeper now.
it is
know.
funny because I used to guide on the river.
Mm-hmm.
One of my many attributes.
Right, because they only did it for one summer because he sucked. No, I'm just-
No, I did it for quite a few years.
Yeah.
I still was terrible at it. PPG is what they call me, piss poor guide.
Wow.
Anyways, and it is funny because you'll be out there just knocking them dead.
Sure.
And you got quite a few people in the boat, and they're all catching fish, and we're all having a good time, and then all of a sudden it stops. And they're like, there ain't nobody biting. I look over at the bank, the water's coming up. It's like a light switch.
Just pushes
It's
them.
like, all right, we got to find a different area because can't be I'm in the middle of the river. They just stop eating.
How about that?
And that water starts rising. It just changes everything.
Yeah. Does it maybe confuse them?
I don't.
The
I'm-
change in depth?
Next time I catch a fish, I'll ask him. Would that help? That make you happy? I mean, I have no clue what it
Smart.
does, but it is
Yeah.
like a light switch, though. I mean, it just everybody
changes.
stops at one time.
Okay, it changes the dynamic of fishing and makes it a little bit more difficult. But that's the
Then you
fun
to
of
get
it,
creative.
right?
Got to get up in some of the coves where the water's not moving
Yeah.
so fast.
You don't want it so easy that you just go out there, drop a line, and catch a fish. Yes, you do.
As a PPG, you
want
do.
it about that? Yeah. I can understand.
You need it that easy.
Well, if you've never been to Cotter, Arkansas, you really should visit. It's a very pretty area. You can see the park down there. They got the ball field. They got a place for all the children to play, and the spring is cold, icy cold. Got a rope swing. Really neat place to take the family and have a picnic. Enjoy the summertime when it starts to get better out there. Maybe you just want to do a polar plunge, and really. That's I mean, if the river or the lake isn't cold enough, that spring will be.
I did a pull. Well, we got a boat on the river.
Hey,
He's got up inside that island area. On the
He
lower
is.
side. Yep.
I wish him nothing but the best. It's
I
a
do.
beautiful morning for him to be out there,
Heck
or
yeah.
her. I mean, it could be both.
You
Who
never
knows?
know.
And we hope they catch fish after fish. That would be great. Go to retiredarkansas.net where you can find the Z Team's listings and the MLS listings, and there is a plethora of information about the Ozarks, what it's like to live here, just to visit if you want to vacation to the Ozarks. It's a great place to vacation, especially if you love the outdoors, and they'll tell you all about it at retiredarkansas.net. And they are senior real estate specialists. So if you're looking to downsize your home to something more manageable, maybe move back with family. We are kind of a rural area. Well, not kind of, we are. And so if you live 10 or 15 miles outside of town, you need to move back into town. They can help you sell that house and find something that's, closer to medical facilities. Maybe you got more doctor's visits as you get older. That happens. I'm starting to have them. And so you want something that's inside of town, they can help you do that. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Realtors you'd recommend to a friend. With that, they also...
I don't know that they got our drop downs updated yet. Have you looked?
Yeah, and they don't. So you're just going to have to put it on my pretty face. But
all right.
I'm going to...
Here comes the temps.
Let them see. Look, it got a little foggier, didn't it?
Yeah, it's getting a little foggier out on the...
I'm going to go ahead and get this National Weather Radar going. And now, in Mountain Home, it's 45. Harrison, it's 44. Batesville, it's 45. Yellville, it's 39. Marshall, it's 36. Salem at 43. Mountain View at 36. Calico at 45. West Plains, Missouri at 43. Springfield at 42. Poplar Bluff at 46. And St. Louis at 38. National Weather Radar shows heavy activity on the West Coast. Look at that coming into Oregon and Northern California. Heavy snow. It turns into rain as you go to central part of California. Across Utah.
I'm telling you, come Friday.
What?
They're not too far from us. I do know Springfield's calling for some pretty good amount of snow.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, maybe
I think
that
we're
magic,
fine here from what I can tell.
Yeah, that magic barrier of our...
But that ain't far from us.
State line keeps us away. Yeah. Well, you've seen many a times that Springfield will get hammered and we get nothing.
Yeah.
And Northwest Arkansas, it's like that magic barrier when it starts to get, probably around Harrison and then the state line. It just kind of pushes up into Missouri or goes down below us.
Yeah, I've seen it just split and go around us.
Just go right around us.
It's like Mountain Home's fine, everything else around us.
Exactly. As we zoom into Missouri and Arkansas, it looks like we don't really have any watchers or warnings. Did it pause on me? Here we go. Let's move it forward. Yeah, it's kind of paused on me. It didn't look like anything was accumulating over the course of the day. But
I think today we're supposed to be good today.
I think so. And then the other day, I said that it's going to be sunny.
Oh, you were bringing this
sleeted.
up.
I have to bring it up because it's sleeted.
I'm driving on my way. I was told, and my dad was the one that commented. Mm-hmm. David said that we were going to have a clear day.
Yeah.
So I am leaving. We are driving down to the state tournament, wrestling tournament in Little Rock, and it is raining its butt off. It is exactly opposite of what David said, and my dad was not happy, so I had to call him.
And they did, and they said, "What is going on?" I said, "I just read this off internet." I said, "What you need to do is call theweatherchannel.com."
We rely on you to do your homework and do the right predictions.
Well, we get it from multiple places, and multiple places says sunny and beautiful.
There you go.
Anyways, no watchers or warnings today. It looks like Arkansas and Missouri's in the clear. You see a little green in parts of Arkansas, so you've got some flood advisories still, and red flag warnings across the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. Far away from us, so we don't have to worry about it. Winter weather advisories in the north and the west, and the south. It looks like Louisiana has some, dense fog advisories. I should remember that. Dense fog advisories in Louisiana and parts of Texas. 7-day forecast today, sunny, maybe. 76 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 52. Wednesday, partly sunny, and then a 30% chance of heavy rain, high of 71. Wednesday night, 20% chance of heavy rain, then mostly cloudy, low of 50. Thursday, it looks like, look at the spread, 40 to 90% chance of heavy rain, then thunderstorms, high of 58. Thursday night, 100% chance of thunderstorms and windy, low of 40. So let's remember this today. Here's another note for me. Okay, they're saying Thursday night, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm following you.
Thursday night, 100% chance of thunderstorms, because I will be back on Thursday to do the weather, and windy. And let's see if that changes any, okay?
Okay.
Friday, 50% chance of showers, windy, then mostly cloudy, high of 43. Friday night, partly cloudy and breezy, then partly cloudy, low of 32. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 55. Might as well round out the weekend. Sunday, sunny, high up near 58. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 42. So yes, remember Thursday, 100% chance. Well, Thursday night. See if that changes any. Norfolk Lake water levels at 553.88. Level is 1.88 feet above full pool. They're generating one. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 659.48. Level is 4.48 feet above full pool, and they're generating 6. And you see, I tried to get through this quicker. Wow. You can really see the gray.
Yes, you can.
And then he does something like this.
See, you go messing with me. See what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It's 7:16. We're going to take a break. And, you know, I'll just do this one. And we're going to come back with Shawn Lofton from the Mountain Home Fire Marshal. And so we might as well just do this one thing and come back. Thanks for that.
All right. So
help us travel to French-speaking Canada. Mountain Home French Club will have a chili supper to raise funds for summer 2024 trip to Quebec, and that was pushed to March 7th. Let's see, time is 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Home High School cafeteria. It's $5 for a bowl of chili in a to-go container. You can order by contacting Christy Lawrence at clawrence@mhbombers.com or purchasing a ticket from French Club student.
Great job, buddy.
Take us away.
All right, we're going to go on break. We'll be right back.
You're so mean.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Why? Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. You could only be here right before he comes back from commercial.
The only job I have is to count down. Yeah. And he messes with me every time.
Well,
you had one job.
Right.
One job, and he won't even let me do it. I mean, I'm not over there while he's trying to sell campers throwing rocks or anything at him. I mean, come on.
He's right. He's all right. I won't do it anymore.
We'll
not.
Yeah, we'll see what the camera looks like next time.
You may know our guest. He's been on here before, Fire Marshal Shawn Lofton, the city of Mountain Home. How are you this morning?
Doing good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. He got to, he's one of the rare ones that come in well before he comes on. You know, some come in.
Well, I like to come in and get the vibe, see what's going on, see what kind of mood you guys are in. That's how I determine if I'm going to stay or not.
I thought you were going to
leave. So, yeah, he gets to watch everything we do on and off camera when we go to commercial. It's funny. And so I really enjoyed the close-up, Scooter. I really appreciate that, but let's not do that again.
Yeah, and once a day is enough for that.
I know, right? What's going on with the city?
Oh, man, everything. Everything is busy. We've got we had a record year last year, of course. We had 3,333 runs. We've already had this year, I think,
561.
561. So
on pace to outpace last year.
Absolutely. We're just busy. There's a lot of new construction going on in town, a lot of facelifts downtown. I don't know if anybody has been downtown, but the Al Beers Group is doing a drastic facelift on the old Mountain Home Motel. I think that's going to be nice.
Yeah. I was wondering who was doing that. I didn't know.
The old Holiday Inn Express, Mark Bertel has got that. He's putting in a restaurant, and he's got a lounge there and in all the apartments. He's adding on to the Dells downtown at the North Junction. It's just a lot going on. And downtown Mountain Home is really starting to come alive. It's just, it's a facelift. It's something that's been needing for a while, and you get to see some of the new construction designs and features added to the old architecture, and it's just really nice.
Right. And as a part of a fire marshal's job, you're a fire inspector and code enforcement officer. And what are the things you're looking for in new construction when you go in? What are they supposed to be doing?
Well, we just had the new state fire codes were adopted this year, so now we're using the 2021 edition, where before we were using the 2012. There were a few changes, but mainly new businesses, especially if it's a residency. We need to know who's going to be in there. There's some different fire safety features, interconnected smoke detectors, CO detectors. Sometimes sprinkler systems are required.
When a sprinkler system is required, is that a certain size of a building? How many people is going to be in there?
Well, there's several criteria. The buildings that are exempt from being sprinklered are 1 or 2 family dwellings and townhouses. Now there are some cities in the state that have adopted sprinkler requirements for single and 2 family dwellings, but not here. So when you get into a multi-residential type occupancy, then they'll have to be sprinklered. And interconnected smoke detectors is a big thing, where one goes off, they all go off to let everybody know in every part of the building.
Yeah, I would say apartment complex for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
My house has that, where they're all interconnected, so if one goes off, the whole house goes off.
Yeah.
Which I like.
It's a
That
good
gives
thing.
me a peace of mind. I'm sleeping clear away from it. And we've got a number of them throughout the house. It's kind of nice to know if something happens in the basement, I can hear it up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd seen so many buildings going up, and when I found out you were going to be on today, I was wondering about that. All the new construction, you're having to go and inspect all of those places.
Right. And I work with the building inspector hand in hand, and the plumbing inspector too, Greg Gifflin and Justin Williams, and we go and we make several stops by to just to kind of keep everything on track, and so we'll know what's going on too. That's important too.
Definitely.
I know he was mentioning about the downtown and how they're doing a bunch of facelifts and stuff, and that is really cool because the number of them are being completely remodeled.
Yeah.
Which they're still keeping that old rustic feel in a number of them, and you're not losing that part of it. But with it being updated, a lot of the fire stuff are now being updated. Stuff that they were kind of grandfathered in and probably had to get by are now having to be updated during the full remodel. And it's just making everything a little safer.
It really does. And the guys that are building, they're very easy to get along with, and they're glad to be in compliance with some stuff that may not actually be required, but it's just so much safer. So we're fortunate in that aspect.
Years ago when we had the restaurant and we did a full remodel of the kitchen, you guys were a big part of, hey, now that we're remodeling, now that we're redoing, what are the things we need to do and upgrade and stuff like that. And it makes a big difference. It really does.
That's where I was going to go with that. When you're doing a remodel, some of the codes that have changed, you're no longer grandfathered in. So if you're going to change.
Right. And when let's take a building that was a business, like a lawyer's office or a doctor's office, and somebody wants to put a short-term rental in there. Well, now we're changing the occupancy, so you pretty much, so to speak, reset the clock. So all the rules are different, and so there's some changes that are made that you really have to address with the new codes. But like I said, so far everybody's been very easy to get along with and very compliant.
Very good.
Here's one thing I will mention, because we know that years ago the restaurant had burned down from up in the attic down type of scenario, but we just remodeled the kitchen. We had a new suppression system, everything put throughout the kitchen. When the fire was done, the kitchen was still okay. That was funny. The one thing we updated
was survive.
we didn't update the whole building yet, but it's amazing the difference in the updates and how it did save that area that was updated and everything taken into account. So doing a full remodel and updating the whole building with everything that you'd need to kind of get up to date will make a big difference when something is to happen.
Yeah. Well, and the way those buildings were built, it maybe a conjunction between his updates and the way they're built from spreading to the other ones.
Yes.
But also it was spotted quickly.
It was.
Because they were coming back from.
It's a real cool story. They had been on a fire alarm, I think, and they were on their way back, and Battalion Chief David Dover just happened to look right when they came up on Baker Street, and he saw the smoke, and he said, "Whoa, boys, we got something else to go on here." So that had it not been for that, it's hard to say what could have been damaged, because there's not a lot of people on the square at that time of the night, so it was just fortuitous that happened like that.
I would think so, that it would have taken out a couple of buildings no matter how much you do. If it burns hot enough, it's going to spread. It's very good. Well, I've got to kind of backtrack some of my notes. Some people, they wonder about what a fire marshal does, and just some of the notes was that fire marshal can mean different things to different regions that you work. And be a cross between law enforcement and fire protection. You can be a part of the state, the county, or the city.
True.
And so, as you're part of the city, but do you branch out into the county?
We do. We've got what I would call our response area out in the county. We go as far west as Water Plant Road. As far north as Guy King's, west we go to Tucker Cemetery Road, and down south just past Old Military. So we've got a pretty good area.
You do.
And to that I respond to burn complaints, or sometimes construction will be going on and they'll want to burn a dozer deck, and we'll go out and take a look and see, make sure that that's far enough away from any structures. suspicious fires, of course, out in the county or fall under my umbrella. But most of my work is inside the city limits.
Sure, yeah, and there's a lot
It is.
to cover. Let's see, a fire marshal can be an active duty law enforcement officer and oftentimes experienced firefighters, but they can be authorized to carry a weapon and that have the power to make arrests.
Right.
And so you're one of those, right?
I am. I took, I call it a pseudo law enforcement type training. It was 140 hours, I believe, and it's very basic, but enough to learn the laws and the regulations. And I train with the Mountain Home Police Department, as often as I can, and work pretty closely with them. And I always like to call on them for advice, when it comes to writing citations and whatever. So, we work pretty closely together like that.
Yeah. As I was just refreshing myself, and when I was reading online that different regions can mean different things for a fire marshal. You might not always see a fire marshal that wears a uniform, has a badge, has a gun, has a marked car. Right. But you are one of those that do, and people are moving in from all around the country into Mountain Home, Arkansas, and they might not be familiar that you can be like that. So I just like to reiterate that. So, but it's 7:30. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with more from Fire Marshal Shawn Lofton of the City of Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with Shawn Lofton. He is the fire marshal of the City of Mountain Home. And you have a fire station that you're trying to put together, the Sharp Family Fire Station 2.
We do. We're very proud of this. The Sharp family was gracious enough to donate the city a spot of land out on 62 East, and I'm sure everybody has been noticing all the field that's been going in there. It was quite a little low spot there, but the city has really brought that up to about where it needs to be. We're moving forward with that. We're actually entertaining applications for an architect and for a construction manager. Hoping to get started on that in the early part of 2024.
That would be great.
It's going to be.
It's needed.
How
long have they been in the other station?
I was afraid you were going to ask that because that was before my time. But I want to say that I think I've heard it was back in the late 80s that they moved into that station too.
Okay.
Or maybe the 90s.
And that was a house that was converted over.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
And it's time to give them something that's more user friendly for what we need.
So you said before your time, you started in in fire protection in 1984?
No, I started.
was that?
I got on as a volunteer in '99, and I started,
Volunteer.
Yeah, started
Yeah.
full time in 2000.
Yeah.
Now, back in
started
'84,
full-time
that was
in
back in
2000.
Mississippi. I don't know if they count that.
We can.
You should.
It's
You should
all right.
count
We
it.
can.
I mean, that's the start of your career, I would say so. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So you have, let's see, firefighter standards class.
Right.
We've got two rookies
we've got
graduating.
2 rookies that'll be graduating this Friday. They have been down in Camden at the fire academy for the last 7 weeks. They come home on the weekends, but they'll be graduating this Friday, and we'll be glad to get them back.
Definitely.
The guys' name, the guys are Cole Liflin and Cameron Harris. So,
awesome.
You bet.
Cole Liflin. I don't know how to spell that.
Just like it sounds. I-F-L-A-N-D.
I put an L between it. Iflin. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? And what was the other one?
Cameron Harris.
Cameron Harris. Well,
Right.
congratulations to them.
You bet.
So, is this something that ongoing education? Is this something that
yeah.
anybody can benefit from doing?
It is. Now, what they've gone down there for is a standards class, and it's the basic. It's just like basic training for a firefighter, and they'll start off at page 1 of the essentials book, and they'll go right on through, and they'll have. They'll spend a lot of time on ropes and knots and car extrication, LP fire burns. They'll have some live burns that they've got a couple of burn buildings down there. They'll put some hay in, and you'll have to track around through there and look for a rescue dummy and put the fire out. It gets pretty intense down there.
Yeah.
It's
What is some of the ongoing education that you would do or they would do?
Well,
even you've been in it 20 years and you still.
There's always updated classes that you can take, and in April I'm going down to back to Camden for a recertification class for fire investigator. So there are classes like that. We have just started spending some time and energy on high angle rescue. So there's the core rescue classes, and then from that there are other swift water rescue, high angle rescue. So the technology is always changing.
Yeah, everything
now,
does.
in Mountain Home, you were talking about the station being built. We have currently 2 stations, is that correct? In the city limits.
Right.
And the other one, this isn't an addition to, you're wanting to look at moving to this new location, so that one would be, something else would be done with it down the road.
Right.
So we'll still be with 2 locations. How many firefighters do you guys have? I'm just curious.
There are 8 guys on each shift right now, so we've got 24 full-time guys.
Okay.
The chief and me, and we've got administrative assistant there in the office. Don't know really looking down the road if we're going to add more. I know the chief does have actually a 30-year plan for fire station construction and placement. So plans are made.
Gotcha.
As the town grows, and it's only going to grow.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah, it has just in the past 3 years.
And as it grows, like you said earlier, the calls grow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just natural. That's just going to happen. So you have to expand and grow with it in order to be able to protect everybody.
Right. Now, as a part of your ongoing education, you go into forensic data. So you're an investigator. So if fire happens, you go in and investigate how it happens.
I will go in and try to determine the area of origin.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that stuff is left to the state crime lab. There are some independent fire investigators that work for insurance companies, and they have access to a lot better testing facilities and what have you. So as far as if it's something obvious, something blatant, then absolutely. But sometimes you get into a case where you have to refer that to other authorities, and
sure,
we know when to say when.
Yeah. And thus the being a part of the state or the county or the city,
And it is amazing how most of the investigators that are, like you were talking about, insurance investigators have their own that they send out. Most of them usually work very well together.
Oh yeah,
and coming up with the same conclusion. Like I said, back when we had the fire, I mean, we affected a number of businesses with smoke damage, different things. So every one of them had their own insurance investigator, every insurance company, and they all got together. Went through everything. I'm sure they did it on their own too, but at the end, they all got together. They came up with one conclusion.
Yeah, they're looking to do the same goal.
I mean, they weren't just trying to attack each other. It was, all right, let's find out what really happened. Everybody's got the same kind of conclusion and ending.
Yeah.
So it was amazing how that worked.
Right.
I have to admit.
And to their credit, they're always welcome us to come in with them and look, and it's always a learning experience to go with those guys, because that's all they do.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it's,
day in and day out
bet.
across the country. They're so they've seen it all.
They have.
Yeah, and so your experience has been good with them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
You bet.
very good. Well, it's
I do have a question. I do have we've got questions coming in now for you. As a residential owner in a city, do I need permits and or inspection to burn yard debris, sticks, vines, leaves, stuff like that?
That could be a pretty long subject. Do you want to take care of that now? Because I can certainly answer that.
Well,
I can give you the short answer.
You go right ahead.
So, as a resident here in town, if you've got limbs and what have you in your yard and you want to burn them, that's perfectly fine. It has to be yard waste. Don't throw any cardboard on there.
Yeah.
We can't be burning anything like that. But yard waste is perfectly fine. You've got to make sure that the wind is below 5 miles an hour or below. And we are addressing humidity levels this year. We've got a proposal that the city council is going to act on hopefully when they meet again. If the humidity level is 25% or below, we would discourage anybody from burning, because when it's dry like that, like we get sometimes in the summer, the dry wind and what have you, it just really dries out everything, and your neighbor's grass could be tender dry, and it's just not a good situation to be burning. I don't know if you've ever tried to burn limbs when it's real humid, like when it's after a rain or when it's real muggy. It's kind of hard to get it started.
It is.
So we're going to address that. 25% humidity level or below, we will not allow you to burn. And if there's any question about that and you don't have access to weather information, please call the station and we'll be glad to look it up and help guide you with that.
And that's probably one of the biggest parts. Now I live out in the county, and then we also have a farm that's in a forestry district. Mm-hmm. So we call the forestry department, hey, this is what we're looking at burning, and we're kind of required to if it's a certain size. That way they don't send people out or helicopter or something like that. But same thing in the city limits. I mean, if you're in question, just call one of the fire departments, call your office. They'll be able to walk you through, hey, this is what we're showing. And you may tell them, hey, today we're not quite there, but it looks like tomorrow's going to be a better day, whatever. They understand you're wanting to burn this stuff and this and that. We're just trying to find a way to do it safely and reduce the risk of it spreading or doing something else.
Right, and we the chief actually got the idea for the humidity criteria from the Forestry Commission. We work closely with them also out at Midway. The guys out there are really good and very helpful. So we've taken what their recommendation is and put it in a form that the council can act on it, and hoping to get that passed next meeting.
Very good. Well, you kind of took the spring cleanup.
Well, that kind of led right into that.
Yeah, kind of led into that. He had mentioned before we started that you had 10 to 12 sprinkler systems that froze in the bad weather.
Well, we got, we were talking about spring cleanup, and we're having a lot of remnants from the pretty harsh winter that we had. There were a few days there. It was really, really bad cold. Some businesses in town, commercial businesses that have sprinkler systems, for instance, ASU, some of their systems froze and actually burst during the cold weather, which created a lot of water damage, and also their systems were down, for in some cases still down.
Yeah.
I think we've still got one that's not been repaired yet. So, I just wanted to mention that because that's something that a lot of people don't really think about in the harsh cold weather like that. One business in town, their corporate actually sent a list of instructions for what to do preparing for the cold spell that we had, and it was things like leave the door open to the riser room, remove a ceiling tile here and there to let some of the warmth in the store get up into that. So there are things that you could do to alleviate that and maybe minimize the damage. So next year in the fall, we're going to start making that a public awareness thing for businesses with sprinkler systems to get ready. Cold weather may be coming, and we sure don't need any systems that are down for repair with something that could have been avoided.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame, but it does happen.
It does.
And it was a surprise to me how bad that it got. Two good snow systems, snow and ice systems, back to back.
And the coldest day of that whole stretch, we had a house fire kind of in Midtown, and the hydrants were froze. We thought we were going to have to use a tanker for additional water. It was cold, and I don't remember seeing it that cold in a while.
Yeah. I would hate to run into that. It's about 7:45. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with more from Fire Marshal Shawn Lofton.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your...
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest, Fire Marshal Shawn Lofton, the City of Mountain Home. And we've been talking all things just staying safe, you know, whether you're going to be burning out in the yard, buildings that are being revamped, new construction. He just wants you to be safe and doing things the correct way. And so with that, what are the most important things you can tell a family to educate them on fire safety in the home?
Well, you know, fire safety in the home, always smoke detectors, smoke detectors, smoke detectors. Smoke alarms, I should say.
Yeah.
A fire extinguisher is good in the home, in the kitchen or near your exit. Like if you've got a house that goes out into a garage, a fire extinguisher mounted somewhere near an exit is always handy to have. If it's a small fire and you can fight it, try.
Sure.
If it's outside your scope, get out of there. You're already headed to the exit, so that's the way we think about that.
Yeah.
Street numbers on your house, it's very important because a lot of times we'll be looking for a house at night, and the numbers aren't visible or they don't contrast with the background. So you know, things like that we kind of overlook because it's your house and you know where you live.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Right.
So, you know, street numbers is very important. A contrasting color on the background out at the street is fine. We don't really recommend the numbers that are written in script. I don't know what you'd call that, but they're written out. Just the basic numbers is ideal for us. But yeah, those some of the things.
But that's what it's called, script.
Okay.
Where it looks like cursive.
Yeah.
That's it.
Much prettier than I can write, but yeah, just the basic numbers. We're kind of simple.
Yeah. And these residential knock boxes.
Okay, so a lot of times we'll run into a situation, and I'll just give you a for instance, and I'm not naming anybody here, but let's say grandmother lives alone, by herself, and she were to get up during the night and fall. Well, grandmother usually locks her door before she goes to bed. So now she's fallen and she can't get up, to use the old cliche.
Right.
So she hopefully, if she doesn't have a life alert pendant, she can get to the phone and call for help. But now when we get there, the door's locked.
You got to get in.
We've got to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So, to avoid a costly damage to a door or to a window, the Knox company makes a residential key box. These, you may see some of these in town on commercial buildings. It's a little brown square cubicle box.
Definitely.
And inside that box is pertinent information for that building. So a residential Knox box can be purchased online and installed at your house, and in it, a simple door key. They're fairly discreet. You can mount it anywhere. We can take that location and that information and give it to our 911 dispatch.
Yeah, let them know so they can give it to you when
right. So
time
when
is
grandmother
right.
falls and she calls 911, they can tell us, hey, responding units, be advised, there is a Knox box at the house.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. So the Knox box is locked, and the only entity that has a key is the fire department, and
Yeah.
our key fits them all. So when it's ordered and specifically ordered for the town of Mountain Home, we get an approval request, and we approve that. Then the box is shipped, and grandmother can get a handyman or something to install it. They're very simple, usually 4 screws. Give us a call, we'll come out, we'll put her key in there, lock it up, and now it's secure, and now we can save that damage to her door. The Knox box for residential is usually around $200. I know that sounds like a lot, but doors aren't cheap either.
No.
And think of the time that's wasted trying to force
get
the
through.
door. Right.
Yeah, 'cause you got a deadbolt. They're going to be pounding on it there
Sure.
for a few minutes.
Right.
So it'd be good to have that
So-
Knox box. $200 is nothing compared to a door. A door can be $1,000 to replace.
Exactly. So if anybody's interested in ordering one, and I have to say this, we don't get any kickback or anything for selling. This company is the company that the chief years ago decided to go with after they researched several companies. So the company is the Knox company.
Okay.
And to order...
Here's an image, I think. Is this similar to the boxes you're looking
That's
for?
exactly what
Okay,
they
that's
are.
exactly them.
That's exactly. And the one on the far left there is the most common one that we see used. The other ones are just, they just hang over the door. But that's exactly what it is right there.
Excellent.
So the company is www.knox.com. Then you click on products, and you can go down to commercial or residential, and it's a very user-friendly website, and you can get exactly what you need right there.
Yeah.
It's a good Mother's Day present.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it goes by the area, so they're just ordering it and being shipped to Mountain Home, they know that it's for Mountain.
Yeah, once you go through that order process, they'll ask you what city that it's going for, because a Knox box key for Mountain Home does not work in Gassville, does not work in Harrison. They are city-specific.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
And they're very secure, too, if anybody was worried about that.
Oh, they look like they're tough. Like, I mean, by the time you got that thing open, somebody's going to know you're there.
Oh, yeah.
and I would imagine counties probably got something of the same scenario set up.
There are actually, if it's in our jurisdiction, then they'll all be keyed the same. So, and we actually do have a few out in the county.
Okay.
So.
Very good. Now, if you have a fire in the home, I always like to have a plan in place. They say to sleep with your doors closed to the bedroom.
That's right. If there is a fire in the house, that'll buy you a little bit extra time, just to keep the smoke and the heat out. If you've got interconnected smoke detectors and smoke alarms, then you're going to know that there's an alarm, there's something going on down the house, and feel the door. If the door's hot, it's time to bail out the window.
Yeah.
So that's the key reason for keeping the door closed.
Yeah. And if you live in a 2-story home, to get one of those rope ladders that you can hang from the windowsill and go out the rope ladder. And always talk to the family about what would happen. Don't try to search for like a kid. Don't try to come to the parents' bedroom.
Right. Just get out.
Just get out.
Yeah. Because you always worry about a child looking for their pet or their favorite toy.
Yeah.
All that can be replaced.
Exactly.
So,
you
just
cannot.
Get out.
Yeah. Just make sure you get out.
Right.
Scooter, do you have a plan in place?
No, be honest with you.
I knew I was going to
I want to say he didn't have a plan in place when I was here last time.
Yeah. And I still got to purchase some window ropes.
Here's 2-story. And you're upstairs.
Mine is, well, you got basement, which doesn't count, but if not, it's 3-story plus basement.
Yeah. And you can't bail out a 2nd story with that knee.
Well, you can't bail out of my house anyway. Geodesic home, you're going off somewhere.
Have you thought about a fire pole?
Oh,
probably not a bad idea.
That could make it fun.
There you go.
You might just go at it no matter what.
There you go.
It doesn't matter what's going on.
Problem is, that takes me right in the middle of the living room, and that's by the kitchen. If that happens, that's probably where the fire's going to be at.
Right. Well, we just want you all to be safe out there, and that's why we have Shawn come on to talk about fire safety. And spring is coming quicker than I think people think. I think the groundhog was wrong.
I'm already seeing a little bit of grass coming up in the yard.
We're seeing the tulip bulbs that we have. They're already starting to sprout. And so, when you're cleaning up out in the yard, if you're not sure whether or not it's safe, just give you guys a call.
You bet. You bet.
Do you have a main number that?
Sure. The number at the main station is, of course, area code 870-425-2611.
2611. 870-425-2611.
Right.
Contact them if you're not sure. Of course, if there's a burn ban on, you can't do anything.
Right.
But like you were talking about, humidity below 25%. Even if there's not a burn ban, does that come into play when you do a burn ban?
The burn ban, I think, takes in quite a few more.
It's no rain for a certain amount of time.
Right, lack of rain, and
not necessarily.
Would have something to do with that. But when we talk about humidity levels, we're just really talking about the people burning yard debris in town. We just want to make sure that we don't do that on a day that it's, because you could have low humidity and still not have a burn ban.
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure that we don't burn our neighbor's yard off. That's the main thing.
Right. So you see that you don't have a burn ban, but you see that it's low humidity. Give you guys a call just to be sure.
Yeah, let's just wait.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do.
Those sticks ain't going anywhere.
No.
You can put them in a pile. They'll still be there tomorrow.
And they need to have a hose handy.
Yeah.
A working garden hose. It's not kinked up and water is onto it. All that needs to be in place before you start.
Yeah. And don't burn close to the house.
25 feet away from
25 feet away from the house, from a structure.
Right.
I messed up, and my daughter was burning leaves, and she was doing it over by the garage, and she did it so close that it melted the siding.
Oh man.
Yeah. And she didn't even notice. I say melted, it was warped really bad where I had to replace it. And I got home and I was like, that's my bad, because I didn't tell her to keep it away from the house. And if the wind's blowing wind's blowing just a little bit, it's going to push that heat towards it. So I try not to burn at all, when it's under 5 miles an hour. I don't want to feel really any wind when I'm burning.
Yeah, early morning is best. Usually calm in the morning, and the wind starts getting up at my house around mid-morning, and I'm tired of burning by then anyway.
Tell me about it. Especially with as many trees as I've got. Well, we've only got a couple minutes left, and I think we've covered probably darn near everything. Anything off the top of your head that we might not have covered?
I can't think of anything. It's just a lot going on. I do want to make people aware that if you've got children that are interested in the fire trucks, don't hesitate to bring them down. We always love to have kids come, and we'll show them our trucks and show them the fire pole. And you bet.
Because when you're not on call, you have 3 shifts, and so you not that you're just standing around, because you guys are always training. You're always doing something to keep you prepared and ready. But there's going to be those times that they aren't doing anything, and it'd be great for them to come down and visit.
We love to have kids come down. We've got a little happy package that we'll fix them up with, and a fire hat probably, and show them the trucks, and they always seem to get a big kick out of that.
Definitely.
You bet.
Boy, we haven't been here. We don't get anything. We don't get a hat, nothing. Man, we just left out. You brought pins. That's right. We got these really cool pins. I like them.
Yep. You thought you had it.
I did. And then okay, I'll back off. I'll be nice. No, it's always great having you in here, though.
Definitely.
It's always educational, and I like to hear that the statistics and the numbers that are, how things are fluctuating, and you talk about numbers being up. That's just growth. I mean, that's just how it is. Everybody would love to see numbers be down, because people aren't having accidents or this or that, but that's not the case. It's not real life.
And we're here for that. That's what we're here for, and we're glad to come.
Definitely. And we appreciate you. And we appreciate you all watching, and thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with Bob Rechtenwald. Who's the guest?
I can't remember offhand. We do have a guest, but I can't remember who it is. So I got to look.
That's all right.
But yeah, we will be here in the morning with another guest. Bob will be back. He'll be here tomorrow.
I like getting you.
Yeah, he
Just
always
like
gets
you got me.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You all have a great sunny day. I hope it stays sunny. If it doesn't, blame theweather.com.
Or David. That's who I blame.
What?
Yeah, you're in charge of my weather. All right. See
Bye.
everybody tomorrow. Bye.